Welcome to the Unique Show. This is your host, Unique, with another episode. I'm back, man. Look. This is my first time rocking this training jersey of Manchester. Like I should be the brand ambassador for Manchester United in South Africa right now, man. Like, man, come on, Manchester. I think I should talk about Manchester as much as I can. Oh man, let's talk finance. Let's talk life goals. Let's talk minimalism. But today I'm going to talk about my goals for the year because this is like a diary for me. This is one of those spaces where you go into to make sure I hold myself accountable. I said this year I'm going to make sure that all my episodes, the way I do them, it's gonna be scripted, right? But this is gonna be one of those episodes where I'm just gonna wing it. You know, I'm shooting this like at 9 p.m. and I haven't seen my family. Like I've been at the guest house for as long as I can remember. Like the whole day, I've been here. I was watching Manchester before, and so I've been trying to script a bit of what I like different contents that I can come up with for the show. So I wrote a few. I'm gonna do another episode today, but now I just want to talk about my goals for the year, to make sure I hold myself accountable. And I was just and it just hit me because my thing. I'm always a big fan of like having goals in life, and as a way to push you to like to a specific direction. Like if we live without goals, it's just like it's like life without discipline or goals is almost like directionless. Like you don't know where to go, or you don't know why you do specific things. Like Unique, why are you saving money? Like you don't have kids, you don't have a wife, you're not married. Are you planning to even get married? I'm like, man. So I do have goals. My goals have always been, and ever since I found my passion very early on in my life, and that's one thing that I've went into, which was film and television. I'm a big fan of writing stories. I'm a big fan of visual content, but like with words, So like having a short story, having a movie has always been my dream, or being the next Tyler Perry, or being the next Martin Scorsese, Quentin Tarantino. That's always been my love. I just love making films, and in the South African context, and just like there's so many amazing ideas that I never really got, and I chased this dream, and along the way there were so many hurdles that maybe hindered me from success, and they don't matter. Like all the things that pushed me not to get to where I wanted to be have taught me a lot, and creating like big ideas that you have in your life. Like this production company has been something that I care about, but I didn't want to make the production company to be just about money. Like I did it because of the love, like the feeling I get from creating content for like visual content is just like, it's amazing to be on set and to write something, and then it comes to life. It's just, it makes me feel great. I always loved it. So, and I knew because it was a passion, I knew somehow there could be a chance of like that thing not working out, because now the most important thing is the capital is, and I think as a creative, you need to be given like the freedom to try out, to like, you need time to like observe life without the pressure, right? So to come up with like great stuff, you don't want to be in a depressed state because life happens, financial happens, and you can't, work around that. So now you want to start a company, not because of really you want to make money out of it. It's because you want to create, this thing that you love and hope that people will love it. So we live in a world where money is very important, right? And I once I realized that, my ideas are like, some filmmakers who who became your Steven Spielbergs, who became, successful from the first thing that they've done. Like, let's say they were 23 out, like Robert Rodriguez made this thing when it was like, was it 23? You know, he made his first movie and they picked it up. And from there, they gave him a contract to keep on making movies, and he started his own companies. Like, those are the guys that I idolize. I was like, man, I want to be like that. I want to be, and I think that's why I'm this new journey about finance. I love an underdog story, and I love somebody who wants to create something, and he has no chance of making it. He has no chance of making it in life, and he just creates something and just becomes great. I love those stories. So that was my dream as a young man. Like, man, I went to study film and television, and I even got a bit of funding to write stories. But maybe financially, one thing that I know is very important in anybody's life is to have an income that makes you, because life needs money. You need to be able to take care of yourself, and that is the most important thing before even you going out to find your passion. I don't think you should find your passion first, because your passion can fail you in terms of like funding it, So, but once you can create a structure around the whole getting an income by any means necessary, which could come from your passion. If it comes from your passion, that's great. And it's funding your life in a very comfortable way. Great. You are one of those people who are very lucky. But most people might have to work, might have to go to another means to find that income for them interns to actually fund that idea or the business idea that they have. Or it's not even an idea, maybe it's just something that makes you happy, which is your passion. For me, it's always been like, I want to make movies, and I still feel like Netflix is gonna fund my movies in the future, because I know I'm very creative, but sometimes you don't get to work on that. And I've seen life change, with social media and how people are becoming creative with like TikToks and short videos, and I'm learning different things. I'm like, man, if I actually made a web series on YouTube before than actually trying to chase deals from Mnet, from ACBC, trying to get my movies to the cinema and stuff like that, and all these crazy ideas I had before I even had the experience. I think if I chose YouTube just to like create like short stories or movies that I had and just posted them on YouTube, like strictly thought about YouTube as a way to grow my audience, as a way to grow the brand of Chaotic Films Production, I would have been far. But I didn't, because I thought, because the model of how to get ahead in that film industry was you write a story, you go to ACBC, they try and commission that thing, and then you get it, and then that's when it can get made, So you almost have no choice, or you almost have no powers to make this thing. It always has to be somebody else who can give you the platform, right? So that's difficult. So with social media and the power of it, I was like, man, I can actually, as long as I have an income, and my end goal is to create this production company of making this thing that makes me happy, which is creating videos and movies, then I can do it for free and strictly with no pressure, and do it the way I want to do it, and even I'm a business minded person. Of course, even though I'm saying that I'm doing this for the love, but I will always have an idea of how I can monetize it, But if I have other means too that I can create in terms of like sustaining myself with like with income, then I'm gonna do it. That's why I'm learning different ways now to like invest, to get into the financial space for me to actually to to leave the pressure of the production company to make money. And the production company actually has had a lot of funding. Actually, it has a lot of funding, but the way the grant and funding came, it's not like once off. Like like people won't even know. Like, yo, man, like I thank the NFVF for funding me and giving me a chance. But I'm never gonna leave the space of film and television production. Like, it's always gonna be one thing that I'm always gonna give my all into. Unfortunately, this my video is gonna be cut short, so I think I'll do another video, but I think I'll carry on with this. I'll carry on with this one, and yeah, so we'll get you in the next episode. Cheers.